In this step, I'm going to show you how to add some user interface elements that you can't even see at first that are going to be very helpful in controlling the app and making it start and stop. We're going to be putting two new buttons on our user interface, a start button and a pause button. Now I'm going to change the properties of these buttons after I rename them. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename the buttons, and I'm going to call the first button button start count, because when the user clicks on this button it's going to start my countdown. And on this one I'm going to rename it button, I'm going to call this pause count, because when they click on this button it's going to pause the count. I'm going to change some of the other properties too. I'm going to change the size of the button. I'm going to make it 20% height. And I'm going to make its width fill the parent. So now it's a big button. And I'm going to have the text on this button say, press to start countdown. And then I'm going to have this second button. I'm going to do the same thing with the height. I'm going to make the height 20%. I'm going to make the width fill the parent. And I'm going to make the text on this button say something a little different. I'm going to have this text say, press to pause. I'm going to make it all caps so it's real obvious what you do with the button. Press to pause. But now I'm going to do something real freaky. Watch what I do here. I'm going to make this button invisible. Now that button is not seen by the user. I'm going to control that with code in the next video. So only one of those buttons appears at a time. Either press to start the countdown or pause. So you can either start the countdown or pause the countdown, and then you'll be able to control more elements of the countdown from here. If I were to run it on the phone right now, here's what it would look like. Nothing happens when I push that button, but stuff still happens when I push these buttons. These buttons all work, but this button still doesn't work yet because I haven't coded it to do anything yet. See if you can create these two user interface buttons, but only one will appear. Don't panic if you can't see the other one after you check its visibility property off.